Yeah. Super excited to be here tonight. So I think before I can go over how the Emerald again became a thing for our team. It was not my idea. I got it from somebody else, so I definitely can't take credit for it. But it has been a game changer for us. So if you didn't listen to my National Wake Up Call, I'll just give you like the elevator pitch of my story. I got started in 2015. I was a customer 5 months prior to becoming a coach. And literally every single month, I was like handing over people to my coach, and she kept asking me to be a coach. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't have time. All of the things that we say, even though none of them were true. And so finally, I started working out in October. Finally, in February, very end of it, I decided to sign up as a coach. Went all in with the challenge pack and was just ready to do this. I figured if I could lose 10 pounds, which is what I wanted to lose, I had gained that since my wedding and I wanted to get that off, and then make a couple extra $100 a month, then that would be worth it to me. I wasn't looking to build a business. I wasn't looking to retire myself from my job. I was looking to make enough income so I could leave my job and go find a job that I did love, but I never had in my head that this would be what I do full time. And 11 months into my journey as a coach, I got fired from my job in a 2-minute phone call after 7 years of loyalty. And I got offered another position the next day. And my husband, I asked him if I should take it. And he's like, well, what makes you the happiest? And I said, Beachbody. And he said, well, then let's go for it. So I have been full-time with Beachbody for 4 years now. I would not say that my first year full-time, I was any more successful than I was my first year working full-time and doing Beachbody on the side. So if you're ever thinking like, oh, if I had more time, I'd be more successful, I just want to tell you that's not true. It's just about being focused in the time that you do have. And really giving that time your 100% effort. So if you only have an hour a day to build this business, then I would be spending 50 minutes of that recruiting. I would not be farting around doing dumb shit on social media that, does not move your business forward, because there's one activity that builds your business and it's called inviting. So, and most of the time that's the thing we put off till the end. I just remember in the very beginning of my business, Doug Moss, like giving these percentages of how much coaches, depending on their rank, should be recruiting versus working with their team. And a coach or Emerald is 100% of their time should be spent recruiting, okay? A diamond, 90% of their time should be spent recruiting and 10% of their time with their team. And I think for most people, those things are normally flip-flopped. We give and we give and we give and we give to people. And a lot of times we end up feeling discouraged or overwhelmed or burnt out because of people's lack of reciprocation of things that they give us. I do believe that this business is a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more likely you are to get somebody started. But I also believe that this is a relationship building business. So if you get really good at building relationships with people, people are more likely to stick around and to root for you when you're going for big things. I've always been a high retailer, and I, over the last few years, have gotten better at recruiting. It wasn't something I ever really focused on because I didn't really understand that Beachbody rewards for building a team. I was a high retailer, so I had high paychecks, but they weren't in team cycle bonuses. And retail commission is not residual income. So I had to start learning about the business. If you don't know, I don't have an upline. So I probably was very naive to things for a very long time and made a lot of mistakes that I didn't need to make. But I didn't really understand how volume worked, how you got it, how you got more of it. In 5 years, I've never had a coach from above add a coach in my organization. I am on like an inside dead leg of an inside dead leg of a canceled sponsor. So ain't nobody added to me. So if you've ever gotten that notification in your back office that says new coach in your organization and you don't know who they are, like, you are winning, sister. So just praise Allah for that. Okay. Like, that is a good thing. And that's really the power of the team. So I came out the gates running. I went diamond in 4 months. I was making $1,000+ a month. Like I said, I've always been a high retailer. I just love selling stuff. Like it's really thrilling to me. I probably should have been a drug dealer. I would have done really well. So I'm like, man, I just love selling shit to people. Like it is like my thing. I love it. And, but I kind of stayed stagnant there, right? Because I wasn't talking about the business. I was talking about being a coach and fitness and swag and going on trips and having a great time. But I was never speaking in terms of building a business. It was all like, this is fun and do it in an hour a day and go on trips and get swag and life by design, right? And if you're looking for incredible, amazing, determined women, those type of things aren't really how you bring in a woman like that. That's how you bring in people that want everything really easy. So when they do come in and then they realize it's hard work, they're out. And that really dawned on me when I brought a coach in and she's like, I didn't realize it would be this hard. And I have to say that what we do isn't hard. There are hard things in life like brain surgery, saving people from burning buildings, like taking pictures on your phone and posting on the internet. That is not hard, right? Of the list of hard things in life, that would not be on that list anywhere. So I don't think that what we do is hard, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. It just takes a lot of consistency and doing things over and over again until they catch fire. And most people aren't willing to do that if they don't reap the rewards right away. And I had my 5-year coaching anniversary this year, and it just got me thinking about how I've been willing to fail over and over and over and over again, because I believed that the things that successful people told me were true. That if I kept helping people get started, if I kept helping people go emerald, growing them, getting them results, building a team, becoming the best version of me, that all of the things I so desired when I signed up 5 years ago would actually come to fruition. And they absolutely are. And so I believe that. Now, some people have done it way faster than me. Some people have been in it longer than me and still haven't accomplished what I have. So I don't think there's any kind of timeline. There's no deadline for success. Just remember that. Though if you ever feel like things aren't happening as fast as I'd like them to, you really need to evaluate how much effort and work you're actually putting into the business. Because I remember being home my first full year, full time, and I only made $1,000 more than I had made my first full year as a coach. And I thought, how is that even possible? Like, that's poverty level. Like, what the hell's going on there? Luckily, I have a husband who's like very supportive of me and could take the brunt of that. But I just couldn't believe that I wasn't like 5-star elite. But I think back to like my work ethic. And even though I did fill out a tracker and invite every single day, my numbers were very small. And I didn't focus on building the team. Like, yes, I wanted to bring in coaches, but there would be months I recruited no coaches or one coach. And once I flipped this idea of like, no, if I have a minimum success club point, then I have a minimum of coaches I'm bringing into my business every single month, because I'm not in control of what anybody does but me. And it doesn't feel good to continually miss goals because you feel like you're dependent on what other people are doing. And I think if we can just take ownership that everything in our business is dependent on us, our actions, our efforts, and our attitude, I'm telling you, your whole business will change. Okay? I am a type 3. I like to achieve. I hate failure. My biggest fear in life is worthlessness. And when I don't achieve, I feel worthless, okay? And so, but the fact that I've been able to do this for 5 years and fail repeatedly, I've literally had to make for the last 3 years in a row that we've missed elite. You can go back, go to every November for the last 3 years, and I will be like, we missed it again. I was never shooting for Premier, just so that's clear. And we've been Premier twice. I was never shooting for Premier, okay? And so I'm just willing to keep trying until the things that I want to happen actually happen. And of course, I've tried every which way. I like to make it fun. I like to do contests. I like to give gifts. That's my love language. Everybody's going to build their business differently, right? But if I'm not having fun, then I don't want to build my business. So I didn't find my first runner until September 2016. I ended up going 1-star in March of 2017. I was like, for sure, we were going to hit elite that year. Tried to plan my first diamond retreat. We ended 1-star. We did not hit elites, right? No other diamonds on the team. Okay. 2018, I was like, this is it. And then my one diamond sends me an email in the middle of the night about how I'm the worst person she's ever met and a lot of other really, really mean things. And I haven't talked to her since. Okay. So obviously she fell apart. She wanted nothing to do with our team or anything. She's still a coach on our team, which is very weird, but I haven't talked to her, right? Well, I ended up getting my husband to diamond that year. I ended up having a new coach sign in July of that year, 2018, and she went diamond in 30 days, which put us into 2-star qual. Okay, so we ended up going 2-star, got my second business center, and we hit premier that year. I thought we were going to hit elite because we had momentum. We had another girl pop. The crazy girl got her diamond back. We started 4-star qual and then it fell apart. Okay, we ended up going 3-star in January of 2019, and I'm like, this is it. It's been a slow build, but here it is. It's just going to be one of those things where it's like you're going 3-star and then it's 4, 5, and by the end of the year, I'm going to be 10-star. That was my goal, 10-star. We ended 2019 a 1-star diamond, and I was the diamond. Okay, so as you can see, things have not been working out the way that I thought. Now, please don't misinterpret that as I haven't had a lot of success. I have had a ton. My income has grown every single year. I've been able to match my full-time income. I am debt-free, insert income disclaimer for all of that. So I have had a ton of success along the way. I hit very high Success Club numbers, and I've had a ton of fun and had a lot of rewards. But as far as that mindset of I need to be this rank because I've been in the business this long, I never hit those metrics. I never hit those metrics. And so it was probably about October last year. I knew we weren't going to hit it. Nobody was doing much of anything. I mean, a few people were hitting Success Club besides me, and they weren't my PS, or if they were, they weren't coaches who counted for elite. We had well over the points, but I just didn't see that anyone else was running with me. So I knew we weren't going to have the diamonds. You know, even if I got my husband back to diamond, he's on the same leg as my second business center, so we still would have ended 1-star. So I didn't see the value in that at that time. Now that I understand volume, I understand the value in him being a diamond all the time. Okay, and so around October, I just was like, something has to change here because I'm not having fun. No one's running with me, and I'm not having fun if I'm not running, because I have to have a clear sense of direction of where I'm going, or I'm just lost and I cannot get myself to do anything. So in the past, the crazy girl, she did not like me reaching out to her PS. Now, remind you, we split in 2018. So I have not reached out to a non-personally sponsored coach since then, because it just made me so nervous, because I didn't want anyone to feel like I was overstepping, or I was like thinking they're a bad leader, or I was trying to like, it just put a really bad taste in my mouth. And I didn't want to make anyone feel bad or like they couldn't take care of their own coaches. And so what I would do is I would like text Amanda if she was my PS and be like, oh, Brian is doing so great. And that's where it would end. And I'm like, I don't like that. Like, everyone keeps telling me dig deep in my downline, but if I can't even talk to people that are one level below me, I'm like, how is this ever going to be this empire that I envision in my head? How is it going to be 200 plus people on the Zoom? We're all wearing glasses, even if we don't have glasses. It's just been my vision. It's so stupid. But I'm like, we're all just in there hustling, like having a great time. Like, I just had this vision for the team. I'm like, how is this ever going to happen? And I noticed a newer coach was like signing people left and right, and all of a sudden hitting these big Success Club numbers. And no one on my team really was doing that back then. It was me, and then it would be me like 45, and then the next person would be like 8. So it was never anyone hitting big numbers. And I was like, okay. And so I just had to let go of that limiting belief that I could not talk to non-PS people. And I just reached out and I'm like, hey, I see you are kicking butt. Do you want to hop on a Zoom and talk goals? And she was like so excited that I noticed her, which duh, like people just want to be noticed, right? My love language is words of affirmation. So like, what the hell have I been doing the last 5 years? Anyways, and that kind of like ignited it. And I'm like, I'm really good at recognition, but because no one's really doing anything, we're not really getting recognized. And so I used to recognize for first time success club, first success club point, first coach, first time SC10, and then any rank. But after you hit it the first time, you're never getting recognized again. And ranks are so far, you know, they're not happening every month, right? So I'm like, how can I make the team feel noticed? And so I started updating the Success Club points in our team page every single day. Now as the cover photo. And it's not fancy. It literally just says August leaderboard, the names and the numbers. That's it. Nothing fancy. Okay. And I had to use like size 54 font the first time just to make sure I was like, there was not a lot of names on that puppy. Okay. But month after month, there started getting more names. And now we're to the point where like I have to use size 6 font. And people are asking me if it's blurry because they can't read the names. And I'm like, no, the font's just so fucking small. We can't see anybody's names because there's so many names on there. And I also started recognizing Emerald again. My friend in the business, Julianne Condia, she had a ton of success with her team doing that. And just the metric was sign 2 new coaches, get a shout out. Like, that's it. That's the metric. Okay. And that was like exploded her team. So I just started recognizing anyone who was already Emerald, and I would shout them out. And then anyone who had locked in Success Club, I would do a special shout out for them too. And it started off really small. You know, it happened every couple days or, you know, once a week or anytime it happened, I would just shout them out. But it started probably around January, like really catching fire. And by March, I couldn't do individual shout outs anymore because there was just too many people. And so I had to start doing these huge presentation templates like with people's pictures and stuff on it. And in March, we had like 14 coaches go Emerald again, right? Sign new coaches, and we had like 5 new Emeralds on the team. And last month, we had 29 coaches go Emerald again and 19 new Emeralds on the team. So it was just kind of those things that really started the ripple effect. But like I said, I started them in October. And I've just been willing to keep doing them until they caught fire. And it has been my dream since I signed up to host a Disneyland diamond retreat. I'm a very big Disney gal, okay? Like I want to take my team to Disneyland, wear matching shirts and look fucking cute and do all the shit. Like I want to do it. Well, it's never happened. I've planned it every year since 2016. It has never happened. And I'm like, it is going to happen this year. It's happening. Okay. So we decided in April with the metric of Emerald again, literally everyone on the team at that point could be a diamond by July. So help 2 people in April, help 2 people in May, help 2 people in June, help 2 people in July, diamond coach. Okay. And we decided to do a Disney diamond push the last 6 weeks of it, which was awesome. We had 45 coaches join, which was crazy. 6 of them ended up becoming coaches. Now, like 13 of the 45 were already diamonds, okay? But 6 of them ended up becoming diamond coaches. And all of them were new to the team this year. None of them were old coaches. They were all new to the team this year. So just from that metric of just help 2 people a month, we will never celebrate 0. It's not a thing, okay? We're not celebrating 0. If you're only helping 1 coach a month, on average, 1 coach a month is gonna quit, okay? So you're gonna be on this hamster wheel forever. But what if you just start talking about the team? What if you start offering the team to everybody who says yes to signing up with a challenge pack, okay? Never before they say yes, always after they say yes. But what if we switch our socials from talking about workouts and start talking about the team? Because part of our job is to work out. So you're going to be showing your workout anyways. So you're still going to be helping people with workouts and Shakeology and all that shit, all that stuff. But what if we start showing how great it is to be on our team? So from January till now, every team call we've done this year has been about the team. Why building the team, why Emerald again, why volume matters, why the team matters, our team goals, setting all of this stuff to rise together as a team. And we ended up locking in Elite in May, when the prior 4 years, never even close. I mean, we had the points every year, we just never had the diamonds. And in 2019, one diamond emerged on our team. One. We have had over 20 new diamonds this year in our downline. Like, just from this simple idea of help 2 people get started a month. Because Emerald isn't scary. Emerald isn't overwhelming. But the jump from Emerald to Diamond is a pretty big jump, okay? And that can overwhelm, and it's the start that stops most people, right? You get to Emerald with your husband and your mom, or your husband and your friend, or whatever, and then you're like, now I gotta go find 6 people who are supposed to do this and then do that same thing that I did, right? It can be overwhelming, not to everyone, but for most. And so I just had to stop talking about Diamond, because the more I talked about Diamond, the less it happened, which is super frustrating for me, because again, I'm like, it's so easy, just do it, like, let's go, like, and we're gonna keep going from there. Like, Diamond's not the Mount Everest that we make it out to be. It's the 3rd rank in the company out of 18. It's not the pinnacle, people. Like, let's get there and let's keep going, okay? We got a lot of road ahead of us, right? And so we just had to change this mindset of taking it back to basics and just go Emerald. Let's start maximizing the compensation plan and really showing people, like, the team matters. The team matters, because the team is the difference from you getting a $0 paycheck or a $14 or a $1,000 paycheck on Thursday. Because maybe you didn't sell anything, but the team did. And because you decided to build your own team, you get paid. And that is powerful. That is so powerful. So when you work, you help so many other women have better lives, be able to afford diapers, to be able to get a guilt-free pedicure, all of the things, right? So it's not just you anymore. Your hard work benefits everybody. And it has just been amazing to watch these women blossom and grow, and from women who were making $200 a month, now making over $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month. Like, it's been wild. Like, we ended 2019 with 347 coaches on the team, and this morning we hit 1,000. Like, it, just because we decided to stop talking about Diamond, but make the team our best offer and just go Emerald again and again and again, right? And if you just go Emerald again, sign 2 coaches for the month, like, we're gonna celebrate you, because that's incredible, right? Now, there's some people who do way more, right? But 2 is the metric that you wanna hit. You wanna help 2 new coaches get started on your team every single month, and before you know it, you're gonna have a financially viable business. And how exciting is that? That now you get to teach your coaches to do that same thing. It's not scary, it's not overwhelming. And so many new coaches are finding success so much faster because of this. I don't know how long your guys' calls are, but did you want to open it for Q&A or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if anyone will ask. They get
Okay.
sure. But does anyone have any questions? None of you are showing your faces today. I don't know. And I feel like half the people are not here. I think school started for a lot, and I do. Probably pretty scary. Screw, how do you have a question? You always have a question. In a good way. In a good way.
No, I don't. I was showing my face because I am here. I'm cooking right now. So
nice.
I did have a question earlier, but it got answered. So
Okay.
One of my, just a couple takeaways, like when you said you enroll one coach cancels every month, you're just on a hamster wheel, like, hello, light bulb moment, right? Like, I see all of you nodding. So like, just, I think that focus of 2 coaches a month, and that's so simple.
Yeah.
2, like such a small number. It's not 20. It's not, like it's not, huge numbers. 2 coaches a month, and we can all do that. So simple. And then so when you do all the recognition, you do your entire downline then now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started recognizing anybody who was going Emerald again or hitting Success Club, and then everybody is on the leaderboard for Success Club points. So at the beginning of the year, I was like, I just want to run with people who are running, and they were not my PS.
Yeah.
They were not my PS. So I was just running with Kristen, the gal I was telling you about. And then we had another coach join our team in November, and she was coming out the gates running. She was in the MBF test group. So just running with those that wanted to run. And I think from doing that, it just gave others permission to just get moving. Right. And for me, like, I was always so focused on, I got to be this rank because then I'll make this much money. And there's no guarantee, no matter what rank you are, what you're going to make. It just totally depends on your downline situation and what your business looks like, where you're at, all of the things. Right. So in April, it was at that time my best month ever. I started April as a 1-star. We got 2-star back, got 3-star back because I was already lifetime 3-star. And then the next week we went into 6-star qual. And in that month, that was my highest month at that time, and I made $13,000. Now, I had never made that, but I was like slowly getting higher and higher. But that was a huge jump because my highest month before that was around 8K. And so it just dawned on me that it doesn't necessarily depend on my rank unless I'm capping out volume, which I am nowhere near capping out volume, right? So somebody with a bigger organization, their rank totally does matter, and it will matter in the future. But I'm like, if I can make $13,000 as a 1-star diamond, like what else can I do?
With no upline.
Yeah. So, and it's just gotten better each month. So it's just been incredible. And now we have 4 other star diamonds on the team. So it's not just me anymore. We have a girl, one of my coaches is in 2-star qual, started last week. We're in our last week of, or week and a half, I guess, of 8 and 4. And we're going to start 5-star qual in my second on Thursday. Like, it's just been, and we're literally 1 coach away from 9-star in my first. So it's just been crazy. But like, the success goes way beyond me because everybody just decided to get moving. So new coaches coming in are seeing that, and that's just the norm for them, right? They're not coming into a page where no recognition or barely anyone on the thing. And trust me, we all start somewhere. And when I started them, there wasn't a lot of names. Like, I went from size 54 font to now size 6 font. Like, I'm telling you, it was painful. But I was just willing to keep doing it. And I would update it. And back then, like, I didn't have to update it every day. I have to update it every day now because people are moving or new people are getting added. So, but there's always growing pains, right? And these are the best kind of growing pains. So if you're feeling stuck in your business, maybe you just need switch up your mindset. Maybe you need to switch up, how much of your work you're doing. Because again, you got to match your ambitions with your efforts. So, because back then my ambitions were huge and my efforts were not so much. But then I would sit around thinking, I was in like analysis paralysis, basically. I should be so much further. No, I shouldn't. I am exactly where I should be based off of the effort that I have given in the business. Like, I have never, like, when I hear these top coaches, they're like, oh, I sent 62 invites a day for a year. Like, I have never done that. No, like, that's crazy to me, right? But that's why they went from 0 to superstar in 2 years, right? Because they were willing to do that. So whatever you're willing to do, just go 5 feet beyond your comfort zone, and then that'll become the new norm. And like, I used to think you had to send a ton of invites, but I hit pretty big numbers without sending a ton of invites, but I do invite every single day. And I think that's the lesson, is I don't let myself break from that habit, because once you stop, it is so hard to start. because now it feels like a chore. Now it feels overwhelming. Now you don't know who to talk to, right? Even though you knew who to talk to, right? So don't let yourself stop from those vital behaviors. But if at the end of the day, you can say to yourself, I am exactly the type of coach who I am hoping to recruit, then it's just a matter of when, not if. So sometimes you just have to be patient, which I'm terrible at. But just know, like, if you aren't the best coach on your team, excellent people don't get in the car with average people. So if you want to have higher quality women who are willing to work hard join your team, one, you got to talk about it relentlessly. And then two, you have to be that high quality, determined woman who wants to work hard. And then people, like, I know the whole, like, your vibe attracts your tribe. Well, I've never found someone who's as intense as I am, hoping to, right? But I've found a lot of really incredible women to join my team.
So are your invites just to coaching, or do you
No.
invite to like your fit club and then present the coaching opportunity?
Right. I do
as a
send
coach.
more boot camp invites because I think, because that I can just copy and paste.
Yeah.
Coaching is like very individual to them, what I see in them, what I think they should join. But because if you go to my Instagram, 99% of my posts are about coaching and 99% end in a call to action. I do an invite to coaching every single day in my stories, and I talk about it every single day in my stories. So I'm not necessarily trying to sell you on a boot camp. I will mention when I have a new group starting, and obviously people see me working out every single day, but whatever you talk about is what people want from you. Mm-hmm. So if you want coaches to join your team, then you have to talk about coaching. People get so discouraged because they only talk about workouts, and then they wonder why they can't sell a challenge pack. Well, no, duh, because no one ever sees you talking about anything else. So why would anyone want anything else from you but workouts? And then people get really good at talking about boot camps and showing Shakeology and Energize. And then they wonder why nobody wants to sign up as a coach. So then they start presenting the discount, and then they're frustrated that none of these discount coaches want to work. Well, no shit. They signed up for a discount. They didn't sign up to work. Not to say that they won't, because one of my star diamonds on my team was a discount coach for 2 years and just decided in January she was ready to go. And now she's a 1-star diamond. So, right? Like, you never know when it's going to be people's turns, but whatever you talk about is what people want from you. So I talk about coaching, the team, business, finances, all of that stuff all of the time. So people have a crystal clear idea of what I do and why, so they know exactly what they would be doing. Right? I always sit down get on my story and say, okay, I'm sitting down to work. I'm going to be sending out information to those of you who want it. I have this coming up, this, and this date. Take this poll, click this link, blah, 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 right? Like, I'm relentless in what I'm talking about, and I want coaches to join the team. So that's what I talk about. Like, I don't have to talk about workouts to sell a boot camp, because people are going to see me working out. People are going to want to work out with me.
That makes so much sense. So good. So good.
Yes.
Any other questions, anybody? Nick?
So yeah, hello. I just have the question of, like, I don't know if anyone else has this. So you post every day.
Yep.
And you do that, but it's like the same people that you've already sent out invites to, you've already asked them to come. It's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, I'm trying to grow my network and trying to do that, but it's like, still, there's only so many of the certain same people that are commenting or liking my posts.
So
do you have like
I've never been a big like inviter from likes on a post, just because I don't want to deter people from doing that. I don't want them to be like, shit, every time I like a post, she's going to invite me. So I've never, I think I've done that like 3 times in the entire 5 years I've been a coach. So I mainly go from people watching my stories. And if anyone takes a poll or fills out a survey, those type of things. But I do think that if people are in your business, then you should be inviting them to your business. because when people are following you or watching your story, like they are in your business. You are in my daughter's room. Like there's not really much more personal that we can get than that. And maybe, you know, I take you in my bathroom. The other day I was in a towel. So we really can't get any more personal than we are. So if you're in my business, I'm going to invite you to my business. Like I didn't hold a gun to your head to click follow or to accept my friend request, right? Like I don't consider that cold because there's a mutual following, there's a mutual friendship there, right? So, you know, I know that there's some large bloggers and stuff that I follow that like I love them. I think they're great. I love what they have to sell. Like if they were to show up in my DMs like, hey girl, I have this new boutique, you want to check it out? I'd be like, hell yeah, because I love buying shit, right? So I would be like all about it. I wouldn't be offended that they invited me to check out what their entire for, you know, their content is about. So I think we just have to like take that out of the equation of like only if people are watching. Well, not everyone watches stories. Some people are just feed. And I have watched my stepson more than times scroll through his entire feed and not like one damn photo. So it doesn't mean that they don't like your stuff. People are just weird, right? So if they're following you or they're your friend on Facebook, that gives you more than enough permission. And if you feel like you need to go form the relationship first, then go do that. Go send them a birthday message. Go send them, you know, watch their stories if they have it. Comment on their stuff first. But I just think we just put all this pressure on like who like warrants an invite. Like this isn't a job interview. Like it's just like, yo, chick, you want to work out? Cool. Like whatever, Matt. Like there's just like, it's not that big of a deal. But we put all this big deal. But I just think we can't answer for people. We just give them the info. They say yes or no, and we move on. So, you know, if people are following me or on my friends list, for me, I take that as I have permission to invite you, whether I've talked to you or not. And that's just how I do it.
I like that. So then, Mackenzie, that will open up a lot more people. You're not just looking for your likes or your story watchers. You're looking for people who are following you, those who follow you back, you know? So
right. And I think like, a lot of times coaches will be like, well, I've invited everyone because it's the same 60, 100 people watching my story every single day. And I'll be like, you have 1,200 Facebook friends. Have you invited them all? They're like, no. I'm like, I'd start there.
yeah.
So that's a lot of invites.
Yeah, and I'll say it, and I've said it a million times. Just in the last 2 months, I've had 3 people who have been my Facebook friends for 7 years since I've started this business, and they just said yes.
Right.
You cannot assume for them. You cannot, if they say no, it's just not right now. So, okay, you sent the info, they said no, or they didn't respond. And there's people who I've sent like follow-ups, like month after month after month, who are finally like, okay, yeah, I finally am ready, you know? So don't let that deter you either. I'm sending those.
Yeah. So with that, obviously you have to keep growing your network, and then you're liking and engaging and story watching yourself, right? Like set a timer to do those things each day. You know, I try to engage with 15 to 30 people every single day, as in comments and story replies. That way I'm not just putting stuff out there. I'm actually giving back, because people are on social to be social, and people are posting because they want attention. Plain and simple, right? So give them the attention that they want, because if they didn't care if anyone saw, they would just keep it in their camera roll, right? But they care if people see it. So go give them the attention that they want, because I know when I post a super cute photo and I don't get any comments, I'm miffed, right? So if someone posts a super cute photo, go say something nice. If you think it, say it.
Yeah. I love it all. Thank you so much. Anything else, guys? Tabs? I see you smiling over there. You're good? Your internet will probably go out if you try to talk. Oh, Megan had something, didn't you?
Hi, Danny. I was just wondering what you're telling your Teen Cup team as you are wrapping up the month.
So we've been meeting every Sunday, just checking in, seeing where they are struggling or if they have questions. A great thing to ask your coaches is, who are you talking to and what are you inviting to? Yeah, sometimes people don't have a clear idea at all what they're doing, and they're just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And people don't join wishy-washy people. So having a start date for whatever the next boot camp is, and knowing exactly who they're talking to. So are they going A to Z? Are they only inviting from their stories, right? Are they going from likes and comments? But having a clear direction, because it's the people that go into their power hours with no idea what to do are the ones that don't do anything, and then they're suddenly overwhelmed. And it's like, weird, you're so overwhelmed by the lack of action. Like, I've never been overwhelmed when I filled out a tracker. I've only been overwhelmed when I haven't, right? So just making sure that they know, like, I was like, I'm always trying to win Team Cup, but I took on all new coaches this time. So I was trying to like downplay my intensity. I was like, everybody just needs to rank advance because a few of them were emerald. And if you aren't in a position to rank advance, like to get to diamond, even though one did and one is about to be diamond. So clearly they're listening. But anyways, I was like, you need to help one of your coaches rank advance because we want those points. So trying to find different ways for them to get points on the board that didn't just have to be Success Club points. But I said, we're all going to hit 6, which we all have except for one. She just needs one more point. And so, because we want to get the chair. But I was like, there's no like, we're all going to hit 40 and we're going to win and we're going to go to California. Like I didn't put any pressure on them. I definitely have every other team, but I was like trying to be nice to these new coaches. I'm like, we're going to fucking win. Okay. But we're actually doing really good. We're like 9th in the region or whatever. So we're doing really good. But just like making sure that they stay focused, like letting them know. Because one today was the ones at 4. She's like, I feel like I let you guys down. I'm like, 1, there's an entire week left of the month. So that's like a lifetime in Beachbody land. Like your entire life can change in a week in Beachbody. And that's the freaking power of this company and this network. But so don't stress. We got you, and just being really supportive of them.
That's awesome. I like that. Your entire life can change in 1 week. It really can. I've gone from 0 to Success Club in the last day of the month more than once, like many times. Like it can happen if you are willing to send the invites and get those combos going. All right. Anything else, guys? All right. We always take a picture at the end of our call. Sometimes a boomerang, but then we can't send it to all of each other. So it's just easier to do a picture and then I can post it in the team page. So there's a few people who aren't showing their faces. So if you want to show your faces, now's the time to give me your face. Sweet. Ready? Smile. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you, Rainey. I appreciate
thank you guys
so much. This was
Have
awesome.
a great night.
You too.
I would go talk about being a coach on your stories. That's what I would do.
Thank you. Bye.